you. Good morning, everybody. Guess what? It's time for Ask Tony and Tucker, the subject where Tucker Barnes and I put our heads together to answer your pressing questions, whether related or otherwise. Sometimes our heads are not enough.
Okay.
We simply, we're not experts in everything, and there are certain things we feel we should leave to the experts.
They're big heads, but we need one even bigger.
Yeah, that's right. So today's question comes from Denise Bishop in Bowie, Maryland. Here's what she writes. She says, we have a new 14-week-old puppy. Oh,
Let's get a picture.
We've had him, yeah, we should have a picture, I wish. We've had him for 5 weeks. My husband started out getting up with him at 4:30 in the morning and 5 p.m. to feed him. Now he starts whimpering at 4 a.m. and 5 p.m. on the dot every day. Do dogs have a sense of time? What effect will daylight saving time have on this routine? Excellent questions. All right, to help us out with this answer, we've got Dr. J. Margolis. He is a veterinarian at Northern Virginia Veterinary Associates. He joins us on the phone at this point. Doctor, are you there?
Thanks.
Doctor?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
We're doing quite well. Thank you for on the phone. You heard the question, right?
I heard the question, and I think at this time, research and our understanding of dogs is that they probably don't exactly have the sense of time as we understand it. Our time, human time, depends a little bit on our memories and our ability to think into the future. Dogs pretty much probably live in the now, but they do pick up on clues and cues that we give them, patterns. They have rhythms during their day, circadian rhythms, so that the hormones, light, temperature, activity in their brain probably does affect what they do. So they do seem to appear to have a sense of time, but probably don't have it exactly as we understand it. So the daylight savings time may cause a problem a little bit for a day or two for that puppy, but I think the puppy will get right back on track with those folks and those feeding times that they're using.
So it's kind of like what we also have sometimes, an internal clock where, like, for example, I know that if most people, if we go to bed the same time every night, and you just sleep naturally without an alarm clock going off, you'll tend to get up at the same time every day without an alarm clock. So is it similar to that?
Very similar, yeah. They'll have those same types of body rhythms that we have, and they will get very used to patterns so that they will follow just exactly as you said it. They'll pretty much get up at the same time. They'll know when their owners typically come home from work each day. They'll know when you eat dinner. They really follow both those clues that you're giving them plus those internal clock rhythms that they have.
Is that pretty much the same, doctor, for all pets in general, like dogs, cats, whatever?
That seems to be the belief generally in animals in general, whether that's pet dogs or like a cat or whether it's even animals in the wild, that they're able to follow patterns, but that they really live for the now, and they're probably not thinking about what's going to be happening down the road and planning for the future.
Yeah, not saving for their retirement.
No 401k yet.
And I would imagine certain cues could also be like if the sun is starting to come out a little bit and that kind of thing, right?
That's right. Those things affect their hormones as they do with ours, and those rhythms are very affected by light and temperature, those types of sensitivity.
I got to tell you, when I was a little boy, we had a little dog. I think it was a Schnauzer or something like that, and we lived in an apartment building in Southwest Washington, and my father would come home at a certain time, and eventually the dog would go to the door before he got home, within a couple of minutes of him getting home, just knowing it's about the time he should be.
Do you think he heard the car, or do you think he just knew?
Well, eventually he could hear his steps, his footsteps coming up the stairs, but he would get there even before that.
Yes, my cats have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my experience, my dog, who I've adopted, seems like he knows exactly what time of day he's going to be fed every single day.
Yeah.
They get used to like the habit, the time, the pattern. But daylight savings time, though, kind of throws them off. I've noticed.
Yeah, it'll throw them off for a couple of days.
It will throw them off for a few days, but we'll get really quickly back to the normal rhythm of life.
Okay, very good.
All right, so the bottom line is with the 14-week-old puppy, the behavior they see is completely normal and can be expected here over the dog's life.
That's right. The dog will be happily following the patterns and times of its owners and will do things on a very regular basis when they do them.
All right, very good. Doctor, so the dog does not have a little doggy watch or clock that he's hiding when the folks wake up and
Right.
what's that? All right, Dr. J. Margolis, we thank you very much, sir, for your help. Dr. J is a veterinarian at Northern Virginia Veterinary Associates. Thank you, sir.